Okay, I think you've probably worked out by now that there's more than one side to the story. Whether or not industrial and technological growth is a good thing is open to discussion and interpretation. For the moment, in this part of the lecture, let's consider another opposing political perspective, the Marxist perspective. I want to look at the Marxist perspective as it's presented in one of the other main textbooks on your reading list, The Business Environment by Weatherly and Otter. We'll be referring to this text frequently during the semester, and I'll indicate which chapters you need to be reading as we go along. So, Weatherly and Otter. In chapter 12, they look at the ways in which business has become more global, and they present a Marxist view of this process. As the authors point out, the political thinker and writer Karl Marx was associated with a radical view of capitalism. So we might expect a more critical stance than the one we looked at earlier, put forward by Bowles, Edwards, and Roosevelt. Okay, so in the context of the globalization of business then, the author's first point is that Marx understood that capitalism led to growth, strong growth. In this sense, he agreed with the views of Adam Smith, the 18th century philosopher and political writer. Smith's view, essentially, was that the development of markets led to improvements in productivity and therefore to economic growth. And because of this, he believed capitalism was a positive force, a force for good. But this is where Marx disagreed with Smith. Marx believed that the problem with capitalism and with industrialization generally was that it led to inequality. The system was basically unequal. Why? Because a small number of people controlled the wealth, while most of the population actually had very little in material terms. So essentially, the Marxist view is anti-capitalist. It sees the effect of capitalism as increasing poverty among the majority of the population.